All right, here we go.
All right, welcome back. We are going to move on to play number 3 in Playbook. I'm Joel Dunn. I'm your host for this afternoon.
How are we going to follow that?
Play number 3, making a list, checking it twice. Not to find out who's naughty or nice. This is network marketing. What does networking mean? It means going out and being around people. It's not net sitting, staying at home, doing nothing, net TV watching. It's net going out and finding all of your friends. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a list. So right now what I'm going to ask everybody to do is this page right here that has the 10 people on here. 10 people that first come to mind. Not 10 people that you want in your business, not 10 people that you think would do this. First 10 people that come to your mind. Why? Because of the fact that what's going to happen is as you develop your list, we're going to ask you to make a list of 100 to 200 people. When you're making that list, you're going to prejudge people. It's horrible, but we do it. Oh, he'll never do this. Oh, she won't like this. Why would they do this? And you don't put them on your list. When you're subconsciously and unconsciously writing down names, you don't prejudge people. So now we're going to talk about getting that 200 names. How are you going to do that? Easiest way is, 1, go through and see all your Facebook friends. 2, if you don't have Facebook, open up your phone. Go through it. We used to talk about going through Rolodexes. I'm not old. But now you've got a Rolodex in your phone. Go through and put them all on that list. Don't prejudge people, because what's going to happen is somebody you know knows the person that you know. And if you prejudge them and they don't, and they end up in their business and they become their superstar, what happens? You're going to do the what if. What if I called them? What if I... You don't want any what ifs. The great thing about this list is I like to say that it's an organism. It's something that continually grows. You're not going to get 200 or 100 names or 50 names or 10 names and then not get any more. How many people do you meet every single day? Just walking around. Every single week. So this thing is meant to grow. And then you can talk to people, cross them off the list. Cross them off the list. But guess what? If your list is getting smaller, you should probably get out and meet more people. What's going to happen when you do a party? You're going to meet 4 to 8 to 10 people. Put them on the list. This is how this works. It's something that continually grows. It gives you something to feed off of every single time. And all of a sudden, some people, my wife in particular, is very possessive of her list. If it's not growing, she starts freaking out, like, why don't I have more people? What am I doing wrong? I need to go find more people. And then next thing you know, she's got like 40 more people on the list. It's an amazing thing. Now, when we're talking about the list, it's something that you should carry with you at all times. Most people have a day planner, most people have something in their phone. It's something that all of a sudden you're sitting somewhere getting coffee, somebody walks by and you're like, oh, hey, I kind of know them. But they're a friend of my friend Susie. So you write down, get a hold of Susie to ask about friend I saw in coffee shop. That's perfect. Any way you can think about getting names on this list is a way to get names to grow your business. So that's why making lists is important, because once you put them on there, now you got to make sure that you try and get a hold of them. So going from a list to contacting, that's the next step. So make sure that you have a full-blown list. It's always growing, and it's always somewhere handy to keep adding to it. And that is play number 3, making a list, checking it twice.
I'm going to keep recording while I ask you this question.
No questions.
I just thought maybe we could brainstorm, because Joel, I get asked all the time, if we can't do, how do we find more people? You know, I've gone through everybody I know. I've used the memory jogger, people from church, people from school. I've gone through my list. I've absolutely exhausted everything possible. How do I get more? I know having parties, getting people to host will get in front of more people. Obviously, if we do expos, trade shows, business fairs. But do you have any suggestions where people could find more people without those types of resources?
I'm a big proponent of meetup groups. So you can do meetup groups, you can do BNI. I'm a big proponent of BNI. You can also do Toastmasters clubs. You can go to chamber events. I mean, you can go anywhere where there's people and get lists. You go to a place, don't do this. Walk into the place and start grabbing all of the business cards out of the fishbowl. There's places, I mean, you can walk up to a wall in a Myers. They've got stuff plastered all over them. Grab the numbers. Hey, I see you're selling something. How would you like to not have to sell that? Are you selling it because you're having an issue? Maybe not. What if we could give you an extra $600 a month? That is the coldest of cold calls, but guess what? When you run out of names, it may be your only option. So those are some of the things that you can do. You can also go through Facebook, if you have Facebook, and start looking at your friends' friends and asking them, hey, do you think they would be interested in something like this? Your friends are what I would call a CI, a circle of influence. They have influence with people you don't. So how do you get them to influence those people for you? You just have to ask them. Because everybody in here has 10 friends. So that means all of your friends have 10 friends. That's 100 people right there. That's your list. If you just ask them, hey, who are the 10 people that you talk to the most? I'd like to introduce this to them. You want to help me? And then next thing you know, their friend's getting all excited. Oh, I really want to do this. And the friend's like, wait, I want to do this too. Wait, no, I'm going to get in first because you're my friend. That's how it works. It's kind of crazy. So that's kind of some ways that you can get more names when you completely exhaust yourself. I don't even know how that would be possible, but if you did,
Exactly.
there are ways to do it. Come see me.
How about even, how many of you have ever wanted to take a Taekwondo class, or maybe a craft class, or a sewing class, or why don't you go join one and make new friends? Mm-hmm. Those are some great ways to enjoy the journey and build your contact list all at the same time. Someone asked me the other day where I've gotten the most of my distributors from, and I look back, and honestly, the most of my leader distributors are from a Bible study. Mm-hmm. So it's time for me to go join a new Bible study, maybe start a Bible study. I just think the more that you get, I love the ideas of some of the networking functions, but too, just how did you meet people in the first place? Go out and do that again. So, for me, Nathan and I've always wanted to take a dance class. And we're very seriously looking at taking dance lessons because there's typically 5 to 6 other couples in a dance class. And so when they ask us what we do all day, we'll say practice dancing. What do you do all day? But you see what I'm saying? We're going to just make more friendships and build relationships. So thank you, Joel. Awesome.
Another really good one, really quick.
Yeah.
Is volunteering.
Ooh.
Volunteering. I mean, you volunteer and all of a sudden you're volunteering in the middle of the day. People are going to start asking, well, what do you do? Don't you have a job? Well, I used to. That sparks some interest. Absolutely. So volunteering and going and doing stuff out in your community is a real big way to get name recognition for yourself, but then also people start wondering what it is that you do to be able to volunteer during the day.
Cool.